My name is Akinyi and I'm from Kenya. I'm born in Kenya and I came to Denmark in my teens with my family.
Wow, you've been living here for many.
Yes.
All right, cool. Akinyi, beautiful name. What does it mean? Is there a specific meaning on this name? Or?
Akinyi means morning or dawn. In Kenya we have different names for which time of the day you are born, and my name is dawn, just when the sun rises.
Oh,
yeah.
That's interesting and beautiful. Now tell us what exactly you do. I have had a chance to meet you the other day, and I got this beautiful description about Akinyi African dance. What it is?
Akinyi African Dance is my company or concept of. I do dance. I do. Let me explain another way. The basic of it is Thum. My language is Luo from Kenya, and Thum means singing, dancing, and music. We only have one word for those three things. So my wish is to share the power and the energy and the opportunities of living a life where you are grounded and you basically are happy just to be alive, and then to connect people through singing, dancing, and music.
How did you started doing this music? And I even know it's a tradition that you do in Kenya, but yourself, how long you start doing this, what you do?
I've been doing it ever since, I think, without putting a specific word on it. I always used to dance, and if I see some things, I wonder how it sounds if I hit it. And making sounds, I've been doing that ever since. And in school in Kenya, my main teacher in the primary school, he gave me the name Oguyo. And Oguyo means butterfly, because I was always moving around and doing movements. So I've been having this movement and playfulness and rhythms with me always, but without thinking that this is what I will do in life.
There's a number of things that you do according to what you describe here, workshops, the African stomp. Can you just describe all these activities that you do here?
Yes. African stomp, actually I invented that name because there is already something called stomp, where people play on different daily life objects. And then this made me think of that stomp is a part of many African countries' daily life, whether you work in the farm, you work in the house, the combining of the music and the movement in daily life activities. So that's why I made it African stomp, because then I could make my version of the stomp. And what I do with African stomp is I find different material to play on and introduce rhythm and movement for everybody. I think that we are all born with a heart. I mean, as long as you're living, you have a heart which is beating the rhythm. And when you breathe in, the body is moving. So if you put this to people, that it's just something everybody can take part in, something we share, something which connects us human beings, then many people can relax and say, okay, I give it a shot. And I do combine the music and the rhythm, whether it is babies, whether it is children, whether people are lying in bed, or grown or elder people. And I've worked for some years with a lady who is a physiotherapist, where we work with people who are just handicapped people, where many people say they cannot do anything. But as soon as you play a rhythm, they react. Some of them come with a sound, and we can mirror that sound and build on it. And then people get united, and some people, maybe they're so nervous they just tap in on the table, but we take that in to make an atmosphere together.
On the same description, say that you do a theater with African rhythm. Yes. Can you also try to touch a little bit on that? What does it?
Yes. Yeah, I can do that. Especially in schools, that's a good idea, because a lot of children, I think also grown up, but a lot of children, they say also a lot of children in Denmark, they don't have enough emotional intelligence, or they don't have enough social intelligence. So just to be able to be around people, communicate and live together, it can be a problem. So what I do is I take some, they can be a part of it, so that they come with the idea what it should be about. And then I combine it with my experience of African culture, where you always use the rhythm and the singing together, so that together you have the another way of expression than just talking about whatever you want to talk about in the theater play.
When you come to theater, the other day, the first day when I met you, you did something was really amazing, where you use people to be in the actors, if it may put that way. What the idea behind that?
When I was playing with them.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of like a workshop or theater you were doing. What was that? Can you?
Yes. I make people be active instead of me just performing for them. Then I like to share that this music and rhythm and movement is something we can all do together. So what I was doing is I will give them a rhythm, and I ask them to play the rhythm. And then if there was no corona, they would be upstanding. And maybe one group will be playing, the other group will be dancing. And sometimes they will be playing and dancing at the same time. So I tell them a little bit story to get the idea in their head, and also to make them relax, instead of saying, now we are going to play this rhythm and it's very complicated. If you say that, then people go like, no. But if you put a little bit story, give them some picture, then they say, okay, so this is I don't remember what it's, but you give them a picture and something they know from their daily life, and they say, okay, I can do it. And then before you know, then everybody's playing some rhythm together, and they're smiling.
And when it comes to this involvement, especially here in Scandinavia, we see like they're more reserved, right?
Yes.
What is the response when it comes to your work towards the Scandinavians?
In the beginning, I was very polite. I used to say, if I was with a group and I was hired to come and dance with them, I would say, would you like us to dance? And when you do that, people push back. So by time I learned that I should not ask, I should just make the circle. And then I say, you do this, you do this, you do this. And then before people know, they are all playing. And then afterwards, some of them always say, you know what? I have never played, or I was always told I could not. So I don't give them a chance to reflect whether they can do it or judge themselves or others. We just find a way of, we're just doing this. Yeah.
But when it comes to African activities, because it's new to many people, they heard about Africa, but when it comes to, no, this is an African thing, in African dance, in African theater with a rhythm, how it is when you sell this product to the Danish people, the Danish society.
Interesting you're asking, because in the beginning I was calling it African dance, and some people say, oh, don't call it African dance, because then people will think that it is too difficult. And then sometimes I just call it dance, but then I feel that a part of me is not in this, so I have to call it what it is. And even African dance doesn't cover it, because Africa is a big continent and we all have our different dances, but that's the closest you can get to just people to have a little bit idea. So it's true that many people will go, if it's African dance, that is so far away and I will mess up. But if I tell them that that it is a chance, it's a chance to actually experience a part of yourself you normally would not get to. And then I also tell them that let's take off the head, just make the idea that we take off the head and we throw the head out, because the head is the judging and the I was told and this is not for me. We just put the head there. It's there, you can pick it up when you go. But for now, the left part of the head is actually a part of your body who is just here now and wants to just be open and see what happens. And then just take it. I like to go in with the idea, if I'm teaching, I like to go in with the idea that what I'm going to do here now, of course, these people can do it. Because if I go in with intention and saying, oh, this is too difficult, they will never make it, then I'm always putting the bar very low. But if I say, of course, they can make it, and then, of course, always being able to adjust if it's too difficult, then say, oh, yeah, this thing, I made it too difficult, or I have another idea. Instead of saying I made it too difficult, I have another idea. Let's try this. So try to make it light and just we are having fun with it, and yeah.
And this applies to children and adults.
Yes, it applies to both. I think that what I found out is that what the kids get out of it, which you can see immediately, is that they get in contact with the playfulness and the sharing and being together with others, where you can see spontaneously that they want to be a part of the creative part. And the adults, because I'm also doing a coaching where I combine that people can move or play rhythms, I've seen that it's more when you grow up, you leave the playfulness and become serious mostly. So people forget that playfulness. And then what happens when they dance, then they say, oh my God, I forgot that it's so much fun to really feel how my body feels or what my feelings are, and it's more stressless. They say that they really feel that they get, what do you call it? They release the stress when they're moving, and they feel more free afterwards. Yeah.
Well, let's talk about now this period of Corona. How it is your work? Because we know most people were affected, and then you are not the exception when it comes to it.
Yes.
Where you've got people to come and see you. How it is? How have you been doing your work? How you have been surviving?
It's tough. It's very tough actually right now. I mean, luckily I'm in the union, so I get support from there. But otherwise, I've been I've had a few jobs where we then do what we do outside, so that we dance and we play outside. So my plan is also to really take this challenge up this year with the Corona and the winter, and to see what I can do outside. And see, because I think sometimes you just have to do what's possible and see what can push you maybe to open up a different side of yourself you didn't try before. So, but otherwise it has been more one-on-one or outside. That's how I'm trying to do a little bit, but it's hard. The power of the music and the dance and the rhythms, which I realized that sometimes in Africa we don't know how rich we are on the cultural side, and if you think of the difficult times and the slavery, and what made many people survive was actually playing music and dancing, kept them healthy and made them want to change their lives. And so that's also where I have that there's so much energy in the music and the dance. So you can use it also as a way to thrive if your life is a bit okay, you can use it like to thrive. But also when things are very difficult, you can get more power to get through some things. Yeah.
Actually, I was thinking to talk about, but ask you, but in different way, music and the spirituality, because we see, like you already said, that in the time of slavery, people singing, they get that energy in order to, to do what they've been doing, and they've been surviving for all these years.
Yes.
But on the other hand, as well, I would like you to talk about music and the spirituality. I saw the other day. A Zimbabwean guy was saying that I use there's an instrument in Zimbabwe called mbira,
Yes.
and then what he said that I use mbira to connect with ancestors. What do you think? What you do? Spirituality, music, theater.
That's an interesting question because the spirituality and the ancestors is also something I've been thinking about, and sometimes religion takes too much power on the spirituality, so that I would go because my experience with religion in Kenya has not been good. So, but spirituality I think is for everybody, and you can get in contact in different ways, and for sure for me through art, through music, through dancing, it's a connection to people around you, around me, people, or it's a connection deep inside myself, and a connection to the universe and the ancestors. Yes, because it's a place which is so special, and so it must be spirituality.
Something that you say that which is that Africa is so rich in culture where Africans, we don't know about it. I don't know if they say I have to put that way, but what do you think that we should be able to know and to value? Because sometimes we don't value what is Africans as Africans to to accept or to respect what we have, because we tend to see like people abroad. They really want to have that, because we see okay, he's another one playing, I know already, and then but the people here, they really value what.
Yes, that's true. That's true. I think that we take it for granted, and we put it down many times because we want what comes from America. And I remember when I was younger, and when my father was still alive, I told him that I wanted to do dancing and music. He said, what do you want that for? Every person in the village can do that. But I could feel that was something I really wanted to do. And I've traveled to Cuba, Brazil, and Kenya, Tanzania, and Ghana. And I've seen the difference, how African culture matters so much. I mean, if you come to Brazil and Cuba, they really, really long for that African culture and appreciate it.
Give me experience of you being in Brazil and in Cuba, because I know there's so many Afro descendants live in those countries, and when they see someone like you from Kenya, and performing in African art, what the response? What your experience?
They were so happy. They feel that they are Africans, and a family member is coming to visit. So they were very, very interested. And what I did was I joined some groups there because I wanted to learn Afro-Cuban dances. So I was learning from them, and they were learning from me. So we did an exchange, which was very, very appreciative.
This is something that we really need to learn to appreciate what we have, because exactly Africa is a big continent, 54 countries, 1 billion people now, which is really. And we have still got a lot to offer to the world. So.
and even that would even make our the children, the upcoming generation, to be more proud of our identity, of our country, if you show them that what we have is valuable. And I had in 5 years ago, I was in Kenya. I visited a school, a boarding school, and I was speaking to one of the children because I could see she was a Luo. We were speaking the same language. So I was talking to her, and she was a bit shy, a bit hiding herself in a way where I thought that, oh, maybe she was not allowed to speak to strangers in the school. But then another pupil came and told me that, you know what, we are not allowed to speak our own language in the boarding school. We should speak Kiswahili or English. And maybe that could be a good idea if it is that nobody should be excluded. But I know from when I was a child that it was no prestige to speak your own language. So you learn to skip it or put it down.
And then that's the way we're going to lose our languages.
Yes.
If it goes like this 1,000 more years, if it goes this way.
Yes.
Because it's not only in Kenya, that's happening also in other countries. There's something that you said that you always find the problem when you go to Kenya, or at least last time when you went, when it comes to religion. I don't want to touch so much there, but it's really good when we talk about, especially when we talk about the tradition, and when it comes to this spiritual music and so on, this where the church tend to kind of play down or ignore it. Do you think there is a problem?
Yeah, the religion and churches. I think, I know that there's a lot of problem with the religion, and there are so many churches. You know, if you ask me if people are Muslim or Christians in Kenya, I would say there's everything. There's everything, also everything in between, and for sure the churches are being used to suppress people, brainwash people, and also. When I was younger, I knew an elder lady who lived before the white people came to the country. And she was saying that they came and they told us all what we were doing was wrong. The religion, everything you were doing was wrong. And our own religion was wrong. And she said that our traditions with the music and the spirituality which lies in doing your culture was abandoned, because then they could bring the Christianity and they could control what you do. And if you think of the fact that many churches does not allow you to have fun. I mean, to be joyous. Let's just say that you are happy. And I see churches in Denmark. If you go, you really have to be in sorrow to be there. And so it is a way of controlling people. Of course, there are churches which are okay, but my experience is that it doesn't let you grow as a person, grow you as a country with your own values.
How much we are losing when it comes to know our culture?
How much we are losing?
Yes.
I think we're losing a lot. In countries, in African countries where the government is doing something to teach the children the culture and value it, then of course those places are good. It was like that in Tanzania many years back. I don't know how it was, but there the government was what do you call it? It was supporting the culture and it was thriving. I don't know how it is now, but I think we have to start with the government who will put the money and the opportunities and places for our culture to thrive, and education which is about our culture. If you think of the stories, the books you read in school, how many of them were, if you went to school in Africa, then how many of those books were written by African people? How many of the fairy tales or the stories how many of those were written by our own people?
That's true.
Very, very few. So automatically the school system, as it was before, make you long and search for something which is outside your own country.
What they're trying to achieve when it comes to all these activities that you do here in Scandinavia or here in Europe?
one of my goals and wish is to break the barrier between people, and whether it is because I'm being paid to do a job, or I am at a party with my family. I always have this feeling like, let us do something to join people together. And now it has become a habit that people who knows me, when I come to arrangement, they say, can you want you do some clapping and something, just because people are sitting talking separately, and it's okay, but just let's do something where we are joined together, even just for 5 minutes. So my wish is to connect people and to bring some joy in the daily life somehow, and to empower people by having the connection to their heart and their body, their mind, so that they can be more aware of the way they're living, and to connect people, I mean, worldwide. Because if you take care of yourself and you have that sense of appreciating life, then you can also be more kind to other people. So that's one of my wish.
Yeah, what kind of instrument that you use to make sound?
I use drums sometimes, like that one from Ghana, or I use buckets. I should show me, and I use tins, sticks, and yeah, and a lot of clapping and stamping. So when I'm at a place, I use what is available.
Yeah, I can see like you've got also arts that you do in the painting. For how long have you been painting?
More like this, I've been doing, I think, for about 3-4 years. But I've been painting for more time without thinking so much that I'm doing it. But the last 3-4 years, I think of, okay, now I'll buy stuff and do something.
You intend to do exhibition, or have you done some exhibition?
I had a few of my paintings for the Open Festival, but because I'm a bit laid back with it, I just put it on one side. I don't think anybody saw it. But yeah, at some point I will make an exhibition. I need to make some more.
We need to see your exhibition, because they're real nice.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Anything else you'd like to say, so we can wrap up the interview?
Just again that we should remember our culture and help our next generations to know more about your culture. Even if we are living in a different country, show them some of your culture so that they have that with them as a part of their identity and their pride.
If the people would like to book you, if people would like to find you, where can they contact you?
They can find me on Facebook under Akinyi Afrikaansk Dance, and also on my website, Akinyi Afrikaansk Dance.
That's nice. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you for your time.